Hi, my name is Miranda Ryan. I'm a tax attorney with Legal Aid of Northwest Texas. I'm going to talk to you today about what you should know before filing your tax return. Record keeping is important in the realm of taxes. You're going to need probably get most, if not everything, by the end of January to report all of your income on your tax return. But make sure you gather all of the documents that you're going to need ahead of time and report all of your income on your return. Otherwise, you could face an IRS challenge. They do have a system that can check what third parties have reported to them against what you report on your tax return. Now, the quickest way to get a refund is going to be filing electronically and to list your direct deposit information. If you don't have a bank account but you want one, you can check out the FDIC website for more information and how to get help on opening an online bank account. If you're going to owe the IRS, try to pay before the filing deadline. Otherwise, you're going to incur late payment penalties. If you can't pay in full by the filing deadline, you should set up a payment plan on the IRS website. If you need more time to file, you can request an automatic 6-month extension by filing Form 4868. But keep in mind, the extension to file your return does not give you an extension to pay taxes. So in order to avoid late payment penalties, you're going to want to submit any estimated tax when you submit that request. If you think you're going to get a refund, then just submit the extension form and you don't have to worry. Be sure to keep a copy of all of your tax records for 6 years at least after you filed your return. And if you need to mail anything to the IRS, please be sure to do it by certified mail return receipt requested or some other method that includes tracking information. You can create an IRS account through their website to access your personal account history, any balance you have, your payment history, and you can get different transcripts for different years. Now, the IRS website is a great place to start. It's got a lot of resources. And one big benefit is that there's a bunch of software programs that the IRS offers under its free file program. And so you can pick one that suits your needs and file the tax return either electronically or print it out and mail it by paper. But you can do that on your own. However, if you want somebody else to prepare your tax return, they do have a couple free programs, the Volunteer Income Tax Assistance Program, also known as VITA, or the TCE tax counseling for the elderly. So you can go to the IRS website, either search VITA or TCE, or you can call the number on the screen to get more information and locations near you. You can also call 211 and choose option 1 to get a free tax preparation location closest to your zip code. So IRS Publication 17 is going to be your go-to if you want to look up different things that you need for your tax return. It gives you more information on the tax law and make sure you don't pay any more than you actually owe if you have a balance. So there's also different interactive tools on the website. The Interactive Tax Assistant has a bunch of topics you can walk through to figure out if you need to file a tax return, what your filing status would be, if you can claim somebody as a dependent, and discusses different types of income, whether it's income and if you need to report it. After you filed your tax return and you want to check the status of your refund, you can use the IRS tool Where's My Refund on their website, or also they have a mobile app that you can download. That tool is only updated once a day. So if there's not information today, there might be tomorrow, but if you try more than 3 times, you can get locked out. So once a day, just check once a day. Now, it's really important when you file your taxes to pick a professional tax preparer if you are going to go the route of paying somebody, okay? There's too many people out there who want to take advantage of you, put false information on your tax return, steal your information. And there's not much there's not many requirements that the IRS has for someone to become a paid tax preparer. All they have to do is get a P10. It's their own tax identification number to prepare other people's taxes. It's easy, quick, doesn't require that much information, and costs less than $40. So quite literally, almost anybody can become a paid tax preparer. Keep in mind, this person is going to have access to your most personal and important information, including marital status, income, address, date of birth, social security numbers for everyone on your return. This person will have all the information they need to steal your identity if they want to. So when you pick a tax preparer, you should really be protecting this personal information as if you were carrying $1 million cash on you. It's that important, if not more important than $1 million. Ultimately, you are responsible for everything you put on the tax return. If they claim something fraudulent, you will be held responsible. Sometimes there are tax preparers who will take advantage of minority and ethnic communities. They will look like you, talk like you, have the same cultural background as you, and they'll take advantage of the fact that you speak the same language, come from the same culture, and even share the same religion, just to gain your trust. So it's very important that you take caution when you pick somebody. So I'm sure you want to know, how do you pick a paid tax preparer? Take a second and ask yourself, are they legit? If it sounds too good to be true, then it probably is. If they say, we guarantee the biggest, best, fastest refund, I would run in the opposite direction. You can look on the IRS website. There's a directory of tax return preparers that have credentials, and you can check the Better Business Bureau website as well. Look for complaints against these people. And also, it's important to find a tax preparer who's available year-round. You might have questions later. You might need to get your documents later. Do your research. Ask this person if they have professional credentials. Are they an enrolled agent, certified public accountant, or attorney? Or do they attend continuing education? Tax law is very complex, and someone who's preparing your tax return should stay up to date on all the changes in the law. Ask about service fees. Avoid preparers who want to base their fee on as a percentage of what your refund is. Don't give them any tax documents or your social security numbers if all you're doing is asking about fees and services at that time. There's no reason for you to give that information when you're just inquiring about fees. Good tax preparers will ask to see your records and receipts. They're also going to ask questions to determine your income, deductions, tax credits, and other items that you're putting on your tax return. Some major red flags: someone who says they'll use your pay stub instead of a W-2 to e-file your tax return. Someone who guarantees a bigger refund. There's only one amount of refund that you can get under IRS rules and regulations. So if somebody's guaranteeing you bigger than their competition, that's a huge red flag, because they're probably manipulating your tax return in some way. Someone who sets up shop only during tax time and disappears before the filing season is over. Another big red flag: someone who only advertises on social media. We all know we get business from social media, but that should not be a tax preparer's only source of advertising. If you have been the victim of tax preparer fraud or an abusive tax preparer, you're gonna, the IRS does have a form where you can report these people. And so that form is 14157 and 1457-A. So these, you would file this if you suspected your tax preparer changed your return without your consent, if they did something fraudulent, or even if they use your pay stub instead of a W-2. These are all things that you can report to the IRS. Never ever sign a blank or incomplete tax return, okay? And always review your tax return before you sign it. Like I said before, you're ultimately responsible what goes on that return and what's submitted to the IRS. Be sure to ask any questions if you don't understand what's on the return. your tax refund should be going to your bank account, not the tax preparer's. So make sure to review the routing and bank account number. Before you leave, if you go in person, get a copy of the tax return. Do not agree to use this person's services if they are unwilling to provide you a copy of your signed, completed tax return. So instead of going to someone who might have some red flags, we suggest that you reach out to the volunteer income tax assistant or the tax counseling for the elderly programs, because these are trusted tax preparers. They go through vigorous training and they are not paid. So they have no incentive to take advantage of you. Thanks for watching today, and we hope this tax season runs smoothly for you.